Stepping off the wheel of conditioning. In the modern world, a powerful cycle known as the wheel of conditioning has emerged. Driven by neural marketing, the consumption of artificially engineered foods, and priming, a technique whereby exposing us to one stimulus may influence our response to a subsequent stimulus. This cycle can profoundly influence our behavior, often below the level of conscious awareness. It is not just a matter of clever advertising or catchy branding, but a complex and interconnected system of psychological, physiological, and biological mechanisms that trap us in hard-to-break behavioral patterns. Understanding how these mechanisms interact, reinforcing one another, is essential in breaking free from a cycle that exploits and deepens our primal impulses. Neural marketing and priming tap into primal drives such as the desires for survival, pleasure, and comfort. These profoundly ingrained instincts honed by evolution were meant to ensure the species' survival, but sophisticated marketing strategies now manipulate these unconscious desires. Artificially engineered foods further entrench this cycle. Designed to mimic natural foods, these products use synthetic ingredients to replicate flavors, textures, and appearances, creating a simulated reality that tricks us into believing that we are consuming wholesome, natural foods. In a world without manipulation, we would naturally steer toward whole, unprocessed foods. However, the repeated consumption of artificial foods disrupts our biological systems, creating imbalances that lock us firmly into the wheel of conditioning. This cycle goes beyond the simple feedback loop of marketing and food. It forms a comprehensive system whereby psychological manipulation from neural marketing and the physiological effects of artificial foods combine to reinforce one another. The mimicry of nature through artificial foods does not just deceive our taste buds. It alters our brains by creating chemical dependencies that deeply tie our personal identities to products and brands. The conditioning process eventually becomes a form of emotional and biological locking, trapping us into a cycle of unconscious participation with brands and ideologies. The pleasure derived from these experiences and the chemical reinforcements from artificial foods make breaking free exceptionally difficult. As our connection and dependency with the system grows, we continue these behaviors, reinforcing our identities around external influences. Breaking free from this cycle requires developing emotional intelligence, spiritual awareness, and a deep understanding of how to care for both our bodies and our minds. Embracing practices such as mindfulness, meditation, breath work, whole food nutrition, authentic relationships, and healing past traumas can help to build a new foundation for our identities. This process recognizes that care, nourishment, love, and strength are innate qualities that can be cultivated, rather than external identities that are imposed by consumer culture. By integrating care, nourishment, love, and strength, we can shift away from the superficial identities created by brands and start to align our lives with universal values such as harmony and holistic well-being. This realignment allows for conscious living, with our choices reflecting actual values and the interconnectedness of all of life. Although the wheel of conditioning is a powerful process in modern society, it is not unbreakable. By understanding its mechanisms and integrating emotional, intellectual, and spiritual practices into our daily lives, it becomes possible for us to dismantle the cycle. True freedom comes not from rejecting primal impulses, but from understanding them and integrating them into a balanced, harmonious life. Stepping off the wheel of conditioning empowers us to live consciously, guided by our true essence.